There we go. There we go. What's up, cool kids? Whew. It's been an exciting weekend, right? Been a very exciting weekend, man. I'm excited for the crypto market. Even though this cycle has been very weird, been very different than the past. Hold on, let me make sure. Let's look at yeah. Even though the crypto market has been pretty different than the past, I'm still excited, man. We did hit that 125. I think we got up to about 125,500 over the weekend. So we'll see. We'll see if Bitcoin can continue its run. Right now, we're waiting for the weekly close. We've been talking about this over on the channel. We've been talking about holding above 120. I know a lot of people don't like the way we went up and got rejected from that 125K ish area, but 120, this has been the line that we wanted to get back above and hold. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at some data. If it's going to come out, we still have that government shutdown. We'll look at a few altcoins and we'll just chop it, man. It's really just, when I live, I don't really have any type of structure. I just want to come on, talk to the community and, pass what I think the market is going to do from my POV. So if you don't know me, I go by FD White. Welcome to the channel. I go by FD White Invest. We are the cool kids. We have a group, a community called the Cool Kids Alpha Club. And it's not cool in the sense of, we walking around with sunglasses on. That's just, the outside view when you first see it. We're really cool when it comes to the markets. We try to stay cool, calm, collected, no matter what the market is doing. If it's going up, if it's going down, we try to stay even keel. We try to stay rational in irrational markets. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Hi, FD. Let's see who we got on the chat. I didn't plan. I mean, I planned it, but I didn't actually put it out. So, let's see what we got. We got Wix Wi-Fi 89, of course. How you doing? I gotta make you a mod. I definitely gotta make you a mod. So I know we'll have some more people dropping in soon. Let me make sure. Make sure my volume is good. Make sure everything is good. Okay, cool. So yeah, I appreciate it. I did the cleanest charts all the time. You know what? I just try not to have just so much clutter on my charts. Like I can put all that stuff, all those indicators and things like that. Let's actually go to my charts, but it actually gives me anxiety. You know what I mean? When I got all this stuff on the chart. So I try to keep this simple for myself. And, when people are looking at the charts, it keeps it simple too. But some people think simplicity means you don't know what you're doing, but put them in the room with me and let's do a trade off and we'll see who comes out on top. But right now, what we're talking about is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting at 122,870. So we're going to continue to watch this. I want to see, keep it simple. Yeah, keeping it simple. I try to keep it simple for the most part. But right now, Bitcoin is, we're above that $120,000 mark, which is very, very, very good. We talked about this over on a video. We had a lot of people getting very bearish at, when we came down. I'm like, September, we talked about September coming around. That was probably going to be a little bit bearish. But I said, just survive September, survive September, survive September. So if you survive September, congratulations, but it's not over. We actually made a video earlier talking about being patient. Even though we're at all-time highs, we hit new all-time highs. We still want to be patient to see what the Bitcoin market, to see what Bitcoin is going to do and to see what the overall market is actually going to do as well. So let's see what we're looking at. So I drew this out and we've just been making this. So when some more people start pouring in, we might have to go back over this. But for the most part, I just been looking at this. And this is all this cycle. So all this cycle, Bitcoin has been pretty much doing the same thing. We've had our move, our massive move, our consolidation. People getting scared, people getting washed out, people over leveraged, people getting liquidated. Then it's like, okay, time to go up. Boom. Did it again. This is when we went up to about 109,000. This was scary. A lot of people said we was going back to 50K, 40K, 30K. Boom. Another move up. Had a nice little small consolidation here. People was calling the top. Boom. Another move up. Then a lot of people, even your favorite KOL, and this is what I be talking about. So in crypto, especially like on Crypto X or Twitter, well, X, it's like an influencer or somebody who has a lot of followers, they get lucky one time with one coin, which you really only got to be lucky one time when it comes to making money. If you put enough up and you get very lucky and you have life-changing gains or you make a lot of money. But for the most part, a lot of these people who I've looked at over the cycle who made these calls, and they've been some bad calls. I'm not going to talk about people, but they've been bad calls. I can tell they got lucky one time because a lot of people was calling the top. I'm like, how are you calling the top? Bitcoin is just doing the exact same thing that it's been doing. It's doing the exact same thing, or kind of following the exact same trajectory of past cycles. So why are you going against, history? Why are you going against what the chart is telling you? People get sentimental. People get emotional when it comes to the market. Bitcoin has a tendency, the crypto market has a tendency to lull you to sleep. And then boom, we had another breakout, and we just had another breakout. So I'm watching Bitcoin here. Let's actually go to some chart and do a little bit of TA here. So we had this breakout, and right now our all-time high is coming in at, oh wow, we got up to 125,800, give or take, depending on your exchange. So what I'm looking for right now is, like I said, I want to hold this level here, and this level is just the top of our range, staying above this range. And the range that we've been in, I thought we were kind of going to do this. I thought we were going to come back in this range like we did back here, and then just mosey along, then possibly break out, retest, and then do it like this. But we just had a nice little shoot up. So if we even came down here and then started to hold this for another leg up, that would be even better, because then we would confirm our breakout at 120 with the retest, and then we can go up. And I got a target of coming in probably about 135, 140, 150, somewhere around there. Altcoins really haven't been moving like that, so we're going to continue to watch these altcoins. But for the most part, all I'm doing right now is I'm being patient, not over leveraging, because they're going to be washouts, and they're going to be it's going to be a lot of manipulation, like we saw. I think this over the weekend, this move was definitely manipulation, but it was still an all-time high. We can just chalk it up as an all-time high, and it's good to see. So like I said, right now we are still sitting at 123,000. We just look like we just went up a little bit. Let me go to the 5-minute chart. Looks like we're getting a small little pump right now. So I would love to see us continue our way. Looks like we have a little bit of structure back at our previous all-time high, coming in at about 124 and some change. So I want to see how we react there. But looking at the 5-minute, let me actually delete this. Let's do some on demand. Looking at the 5-minute chart, let's actually go to the 15. Let's close this so we can get a little bit more data, a little bit more. So we had this move coming up. Seems like we're consolidating. Like, this is the 5-minute chart. So I really don't trade the 5-minute, unless I need a dopamine spike or if I'm trying to day trade. But I'm really trying to, at this point in the cycle, I'm really trying to keep it a little bit swing trade-ish, if that's a word. But looks like we did make this massive move down. Looks like we're consolidating a little bit. So this could be considered a bear flag, but I want to see how we, make a move here. If we could just break out, looks like we were trying to break out. Looks like we are getting a red candle on this 5-minute, on this 15-minute time frame now. So we'll watch this as the stream goes along. But like I said, we have some structure coming up here at about 124K, which was our recent all-time high, coming back here. And so we'll watch these levels. We'll watch how the week opens. And let's go over to the liquidation heat map, because this is kind of scary for me. I will say that this is kind of scary for me, and it's not scary in the sense of I think the bull run will be over, but this is the liquidation heat map. This is Binance's liquidation heat map. And Binance, the reason I'm looking at Binance's liquidation heat map, because they have a reputation of manipulating the market. They have enough money, they have enough liquidity, they can, manipulate the market considerably well. As the market is still kind of small, as Bitcoin grows, this will be a smaller thing. Manipulation will be a smaller thing, but it is something. It is definitely something. So all of this light colored hot area is all liquidation. So we have a lot of leverage longs that could get liquidated if we start to reverse. We have a lot coming in at about 121, little coming in at a 120 and a half, 119, all the way down to about 116 and a half. Then we have some coming in at 113, just a lot below us. So this just means the market is really starting to get excited, and you can see a lot of people starting to open longs, and these would be their liquidation levels, depending on their leverage. So just be watching out for that. Also be watching out for, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we always have to be a little bit aware of what's happening in the market. Let's go to the daily. We had that CME gap last week. that we didn't close coming in. I think it was about 110,000. And this is on CME. CME is usually like maybe like $1,000 off, or $1,000, a little over $1,000 above spot. So this one was coming in at about 110. So probably somewhere around 111 spot will have a CME gap coming in for Bitcoin. Do I think that's going to happen? You know, we've been in bull markets before where we didn't feel CME gaps, so I'm not really concerned about that, but we definitely want to pay attention to those liquidation levels below us. And then, like I said, we also have that CME gap sitting a little bit below us as well. When it comes to the altcoins, they haven't been moving. Like, even when we had that huge run up last night, I'm gonna tell you a story really quick. So this is how in tune I am to the market. So here, let me get bigger right quick. So this is how locked in I am with the market. So it was like probably like 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. And I just woke up out the blue. Like, I don't even know why I woke up. I usually wake up at like 4 in the morning, then I go back to sleep. But yesterday I woke up at like, well, this morning I woke up at like 2:30 a.m. And just something told me to just check my phone. I mean, I didn't have my bedtime, thing was on, so I wasn't getting notifications. I wasn't getting anything. But then something just told me to wake up and check my phone. So I wake up and check my phone, and Bitcoin's at 125,200. I'm like, I'm so locked into the market. That's how I know I'm really locked into the market. I'm just one with the market. I'm one with the market. So back to the charts. I was gonna say something before that, but I forgot what I was saying. But back to the charts though, we was talking about altcoins. I still think so. This is what I think for this duration of this bull run. This has been, I keep saying this has been a weird bull run. What do you say? Maybe Band-Aid 07. I can't pronounce that. Maybe Band-Aid. I think that's how you pronounce it. What's up, Maybe Band-Aid? How are you? FD's market senses were tingling. I know I'm like Peter Parker when it comes to the market. But if you here, I see we're starting to get some people coming in. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe if you are not subscribed. Jesse G is in the building. Me and Jesse G was over on Cassius's live earlier. So appreciate it coming in. What's good, FD? Maybe Band-Aid. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming over. Nothing's up. I'm just, you know what? My family's out of town. My wife and kids went out of town. They went to Kentucky. So I'm here by myself. So I was asleep. I was watching Breaking Bad. I'm still not finished with Breaking Bad. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go live. I'm going to start going live every Sunday, probably around 7:15 for that market close / market open. So it is approaching 7:30. So we got about 30 minutes left till weekly close. So we're going to watch Bitcoin. We look good. So if you're just joining, we've been watching Bitcoin and trying to stay. We'll come back to Ethereum after this, but we do have a few more people that jumped in. So we just been wanting to hold this level here, this red bar here, or this red area here. Coming in, let me close this, coming in at about 119.8 to 120K. And this is what we want to hold. We want to hold above this. This is where we created all this price action back here. So I was like, okay, we did have an all-time high. We spiked above. I don't want to spike above. I want to close a weekly above this 120, above this range that we were in for a very long time. And then we lost it. We were in this range, just moseying along, up, down range, high range, low deviation, back into the range, back out of the range, back in the range. But then now, we broke back out. So as long as we stay above or out of this range, I don't want to get back. I don't want to get sucked back into this range. I want to stay above this range. So even if we come back down, even if we do some type of swing failure pattern, that's cool too. Then we'll just reclaim, retest, react. Our R3 strategy. But I want to hold above this $120,000 level. This is the next step. This is the next area that we need to really hold in order to continue our ascension higher for Bitcoin. So that's what we talked about when we first started the stream. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Jesse G says Breaking Bad. I've seen that show 6 times. Yeah, that's my show, Jesse. I love it. I had to rewatch it because I've been watching. Am I too loud? Let me make sure. So I've been the shows that I watched a long time ago. Sometimes I watch them again. I'm like, that wasn't that good. I don't know why I liked it that much, but Breaking Bad is definitely still good. So we are getting a little pump for Bitcoin going into the weekly close. So that's looking good. But let's talk about Ethereum. Let's see. Looks like Suspendo. Who didn't like the stream? Yeah, who didn't? Jesse Pinkman. That's me. You say you Jesse Pinkman? Yeah, Jesse Pinkman. He was getting on my nerves at first, but he ended up having a little bit of sense. So let's go over to Ethereum. So I think Ethereum. So this is the play. If you're trading If you're trading, this is the play. And if you are trading, make sure you guys go. I got a 2-bit link. I didn't even put it. Let me see if I can put it in the I'll put it in the chat in a minute. But I got a 2-bit link. And I'm not one of them people to come on, click my link, click my link, click my link. You click it if you want to. But this one, 2-bit wanted me to come on board. I'm like, I'm not coming on board unless we can get some free stuff for my community, the cool kids. So they said, okay, we'll give the community a $50 USDT free trade or USDT bonus, trading bonus just for signing up. You don't even have to do nothing. You just sign up. So I gotta find. It might be in my description, the link in the description if I even have one. But like I said, if somebody can find that, let me see. Support the channel. So this is the old one. I got the old description in this one. I'll find it in 1 second. But if you look on like my previous videos, you'll see in the description that I have a 2-bit link that you can just get $50. Open 100x long with $50 and try your luck, you know. So there you go. But back to the markets, Ethereum. So this is what I'm looking at. This is the play for me right now. We're gonna wait Bitcoin. We need Bitcoin to stay above 120. That's number one. We want Bitcoin to keep going higher. We got Bitcoin dominance finally above that 59%. Let's actually go here because this is going to tie into what we're talking about for Ethereum. We drew this out. These are our levels that we're looking at. These are the levels that we want Bitcoin dominance to reclaim. We got 59.5. So this is the first thing. We want to get back above 59.5. Then we have, of course, we have that 60% coming in around 60.5. I want to get to this golden zone here coming in at about 62. We've been talking about this over and over and over on every video. I really want to get back above there. I think that would be good for the overall market. I think this would be how we get some sort of semi-sustainable altcoin season coming back to this area here. It's been hard. It's been tough. Like every time Bitcoin gets some momentum, Bitcoin dominance gets some momentum, then it starts to pull back. Bitcoin dominance gets a little bit more momentum, it starts to pull back. So I want Bitcoin dominance. This is what I want. Let me make myself bigger again. And this is, I'm telling you, a lot of people calling for altcoin season. Altcoin season. It's not time for altcoin season yet. We need Bitcoin dominance to rise. Like we don't need it, but I think that would be the best way for us to get a sustainable, semi-sustainable altcoin season. It hasn't been that sustainable this whole cycle. We had like pockets of altcoin season, so to say. The best time of altcoins was right before the election with meme coins, and then we had around when Trump got elected, and we just went up for like it wasn't a month, but it was like a few weeks. Everything started to run. That was like some of the easiest money you could have made. Some of the easiest money you could have made. So hopefully we have some sort of a catalyst like that. He's talking about dropping stimulus checks and doing things like that. So you know, we'll see what happens. But for the most part, let's go back to the chart. For the most part, I want to see Bitcoin dominance start to go up, and then we can get some here, where's my drawing tool? Oh, it's already there. So I'll roll over, and then we can get some sort of sustainable altcoin season. I used to have my altcoin season. There it is. Some sustainable type of altcoin season, possibly going into November. So we can't predict the market. We just try to react to what it gives us. Be a little bit prepared for some scenarios. I am bullish. I'm not like super bullish, but I am bullish going into the rest of October and then February. He says the link to your ebook is broken, by the way. Okay, thank you, Andrew. I'll check on that as well. So I'm gonna check on that. Appreciate that, Andrew, and welcome. Thank you for stopping by. How you doing? By the way? How's everybody feeling about the market? Like, I don't want to just sit here and talk. I want to talk to the cool kids. I want to talk to the community. How are you guys feeling about this market? Has this been? I know a lot of people have been in the cycle, multiple cycles, maybe last cycle, this cycle. But how are you feeling? Have you been making a little bit of money? Is it stressful? Is it frustrating? It's been a little bit frustrating for me, but I've kind of retrained my brain for this cycle to be more of a trader as opposed to being a long-term holder. Of course, I'm long-term holding Bitcoin. I'm long-term holding XRP. Of course, XRP hasn't done anything in a while. I still think it's gonna do something. We got some ETFs supposed to be coming in a few weeks, so hopefully XRP. I think XRP Solana might get ETF soon. But it's been something where we had to adjust. So I've adjusted. It took me a while to adjust, but I have adjusted to this market. So we'll We'll see. Jesse Gula. So yeah, Jesse, it's in. If you look, Jesse, if you look in my latest video, any of my latest videos, recorded videos, it should be in the description. If you see that. So I'm feeling cool as a kid. Piper Academy. Yeah, Piper Academy. I just talked to Piper last week. We had a nice long conversation about the market. You know, Piper's locked in too. Piper just moved. He's living good, man. Piper don't care about crypto, man. He's just coming on and giving the knowledge away basically for free, man. I appreciate Piper, man. He's very knowledgeable guy. Very knowledgeable guy. Very amazing person. Him and his wife and his dog. Those are my people. But let's talk about, okay, back to Ethereum. I keep jumping off subject because I just want to talk to the cool Andrew. Doing good. I'm pretty new, so just trying to soak in information. Made my monthly salary since the start of September, thanks to following the right people. Cautiously optimistic. That's key. That's key, Andrew. And welcome to crypto. So it is key to follow the right people. You want to have what do I say? You want to have a well-rounded approach. You don't want to follow too many. I mean, I watch people too. Like, especially when I first got into crypto, I was watching a lot of people, but it was so many different people with so many different, just so many different ways to look at the market. It was kind of confusing and it was kind of overwhelming for me. So I found a few people that I like, found a few strategies that I like, and I just started to go from there, started to do that. So it was very good. And Andrew Ingram, that's something it is something to be proud of. It is something to be proud of. And you're just gonna keep, as you continue in the space, Andrew, you're just gonna continue to win if you want to, if you take in the knowledge and you figure out, because crypto is like, it's like being a baby. You know what I mean? When you first start learning how to walk, you're gonna fall, you're gonna hurt yourself. But now you're like, okay, now I know don't do that. Now I'll do this. Now I don't do that. It's like just growing up in crypto. So it is something that you have to be in the space in order to learn. It ain't something that people can really tell you. They can tell you so much, but you have to be in it to really learn. Alexandra G is in the building. She says, FD, sorry, popping in to smash the like family function. Alexandra G, I appreciate it. Have fun. Hug the family for me. Alexandra G is amazing. See you all soon. I may go live again tomorrow just for you, Alexandra G, so you can stop by. I think me and Alex O are gonna connect again soon, so we'll bring the Otter gang over as well. So Ethereum, let's talk Ethereum because we got about 20 minutes before weekly close. What I'm looking at for Ethereum, we haven't been moving, but I think this one and Solana is probably the best two bets if you want to make some gains in the short term. And then I think, everything else will follow suit. But I think Ethereum and Solana is next in line once hopefully Bitcoin continues up. Hopefully Bitcoin breaks new all-time highs, goes to those, 130, 140, 150. I think Ethereum and Solana, if you don't want to, or if you don't hold Bitcoin, if you don't trade Bitcoin, I think Ethereum and Solana would be next. And I think Ethereum, let's actually go, what are we on now? Let's actually go to the 4 hour. We can get a little bit more information. And Ethereum is one that I'm watching very, very closely. We haven't been able to break out of this. So we had a lower high, and we had another lower high here. So we haven't been able to break out. I think our next area, if we can break out, will be, of course, around that $4,800 level. And we're just basically in our range. Our range high is still coming in at 4,800 and our range low was coming in at about 4,000. So this is a big range. This is a very big range that Ethereum has been in. So you see, we just came to range high, range low, range high, almost the range low, came back to range high, range low, deviation. Now, once we got back in, what's the rule about deviations? When you lose something and you reclaim it, the probability of you going back to the range high is very high. So I'm aiming for this. So once we break out of here, retest on a smaller time frame, I'm long. And I don't think I'm taking profits here, because if the market starts to do what I think the market is going to do, I'm going to try to get in here. This is a trade. Try to get in there, ride this. I think we'll start to consolidate, maybe go above, maybe come back below, come back in, reclaim, retest, react. I don't think Ethereum's going to like 10K. I think we can get at least 5,500, at least 55 to 6K at the least. And if we get that, I would be content. I would actually be happy if we can get up there for Ethereum. So I'm watching Ethereum closely. I'm watching Solana closely as well. Solana is holding we talked about this on a dedicated Solana video. I'm watching this cup and handle, and it seems like it hasn't really played out to my liking. We did break out, but we weren't able to reclaim this neckline here, coming in at about $235 to $240. We wanted to get back above here, but we had this huge cup, our handle. Now it looks like, even if we pull this out, we extrapolate this out a little bit, looks like we are riding the top side of this trend line, this downward sloping trend line. So I'm still bullish on this move. I still think, once Bitcoin does calm down, if we can get another push, if Bitcoin can make another push this week, going into next week, maybe the next 2 weeks, if we just start getting massive moves for Bitcoin, then I think we can start to watch Solana, start to watch Ethereum, and then start to watch some of those other coins that we've been talking about over the past few weeks. And, the overall altcoin market is just, every coin is not going to pump. I know you guys think, I know you guys know that now, if you've been in the market for at least a year, altcoin season is a lot different. So we got to be a little bit strategic when picking some of these coins. Jesse G, good night. Yeah, I know it's late over there, so make sure. Yep, have much love for the fan. Yeah, make sure you get you some sleep, man. Get you some sleep. We can watch the replay. We only got about 18 more minutes until the weekly close, so we'll be out of here soon. But appreciate you for stopping by. Appreciate everything that you do, Jesse G. I'll talk to you in a minute. Everybody, wish Jesse G a good night. So back to Solana, I think Solana is going to have a good move. We're back into this channel that we've been in ever since, I think, like the beginning of July or the end of June. So the end of June, we just been in this ascending channel, and we just been riding it up, taking these horizontal supports, resistances, turning them back into supports. Now we're at a major neckline, like I said, with a cup, and hopefully this handle does play out, and we can go back to the top side of our channel, which is coming in at about $275. So if we pull it here, if let's say October, let's say we go to the end of August, we can pull this out. I mean, the end of October, rather. We're trying to make sure we give Bitcoin a little bit of time to make the move that it's going to make. So I say somewhere going towards the tail end of October, going into the early part of November. So maybe we even come down. I mean, we can even come down and retest this area here at 215, to be completely honest. But as long as we're holding this level, this yellow area, and this upper sloping trend line, the bottom side of our ascending channel, getting back above this neckline here, I think we can have a nice massive run, at least coming back up to this area at about 265, and ultimately 275, maybe 300 for Solana. And of course, if Solana starts to run, then we'll watch meme coins. If you make some money, make sure you're taking profits, make sure you secure the bag, as they like to say. But then if Solana runs, then the proxy would be meme coin. So if you wanted to take a few dollars, take a couple dollars, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not telling you what you should do, but what I'll do is, once I make a little bit of money, because I'm gonna catch this trade. There's nothing that's gonna stop me from catching this Solana trade. I'm on it. I got my alert set, got everything ready. So once I do catch this trade, once I try to make a significant amount, then I'll take a little bit of earnings, a little bit of profit. I'll take my initial investment, I'll take a little bit of profit, put some to the side, and then I'll take a little bit more profit and then put it into the meme coin casino, because all you got to do is hit one home run in the meme coin casino, and things could get very, very, very interesting. So that's gambling to me. I in 2021, beginning of 2021 is when I really started getting a taste of the meme coins, when Elon Musk was talking about Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, everything was going crazy. And I was just buying anything I saw anybody talking about on like X, anybody was talking about on YouTube or things like that. I would just buy. So you got to be a little bit strategic. It's really a science to like gambling in the meme coin market. I watch people be in the trenches, so to say. And I mean, they really have it down to a science. They're looking at volume. They're looking at market cap. They're looking at holders. They're looking at, you don't have really much technicals to go off of. You don't have any charts to really go off of. So they're looking at all these different type of indicators, all these different type of metrics, and they got it down to a science. They lose a lot of money, but when they hit big. So, I mean, it's hard, but it's not hard. I don't promote meme coins, but I am going to play in the casino, especially if I if I make significant profits. And if Solana goes up, like we said, the meme coin casino will definitely probably start to run as well. So I'm watching this Solana move. I just want you guys to really be aware of the next moves. And even if you're not trading, even if you're just spot trading, I think these moves can make a significant difference. Even because I think I got like, I'm gonna put another 1,000 on Kraken today. And then I got 10,000 in my 2-bit account, a little under 10,000. And then I have my spot positions. And then I have my Breakout Prop Firm account. Let me log in, which I think I got almost 99. I got like $99,500 in this one for my funded account. So I still haven't traded this one. I just been so focused on trading my own money. So this one I still got $99,560 in this account. So I'm ready. I'm ready. So I don't think we're gonna just have some super cycle. I don't think we're gonna have like a long drawn out rest of the bull run. I hope we do. I definitely hope we do, but I'm trying to take advantage of these next couple months. So I'm super locked in. I hope you guys are super locked in too. So I'm watching Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin, of course, is going to tell us what the market is going to do. And then we'll watch, of course, Ethereum, and then we'll watch Solana as well. A couple more on my radar. We just made a dedicated ADA video. So I'm watching ADA. I'm selling ADA. I don't, I love ADA I don't love it. I don't love any crypto, to be completely honest with you. I use it for what it's good for, and I know the consequences of the government actions, monetary policy. So that's really the reason why I'm in crypto and why I'm in Bitcoin. I save in Bitcoin. But ADA, I've been holding ADA since August 17th. It was my birthday, August 17th, 2020. I think I bought like $1,500 worth at like 13 cents. I had some more on an Exodus wallet. I have no idea how to get in that Exodus wallet. It's probably like at least about 400 or 500. I have no clue how to get into that Exodus wallet. This one I was traveling. I was overseas traveling for like 5-6 months, and I just had so much stuff on my laptop that I haven't even fired back up. No, I did fire it back up, and I couldn't get in my Exodus wallet. I had my notes, my hot wallet. I don't even know what the 12-word phrase is. I probably got so much money on that laptop, and I haven't even really like opened it up really for the airdrops. I was airdrop farming all 2022 and 2023, so I'm sure I got some money on there, but yeah, it is what it is for right now. We're just gonna focus on what we focus on. And ADA, I made a dedicated video about this a couple of days ago. It might have been yesterday. I'm selling because I'm consolidating my crypto portfolio into a couple coins, going into, if we go into a bear market, or I don't think we're gonna go into like just a typical long drawn out bear market, not with everything that's happening in the economy, not what's happening with everything in the world. I think the great melt up is coming in 2026, late 2026, probably 2027. I think that bull run is going to be crazy. I think the cycles are going to play off or it's going to play out this cycle, but I don't think we're going to have a long drawn out bear market. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go down 70-80%. I think 40 to 50%, possibly 60%. So if let's say we go to 140,000, we go down 50%, 70K. 60K, somewhere around an all-time high. We had an all-time high at like 65, 70K around in 2021. So somewhere around that area, I think we'll level out if we start to get some sort of a bear market. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm consolidating a lot of profits back into Bitcoin, back into, some of the other things that I'm holding. ADA is going to be one. So with that being said, I think I'm up maybe like 5.5x right now from when I bought. So my target to sell is here. I don't know if I want to sell everything. I don't know if I want to sell 75%, 60%, half, but I'm selling a huge amount at $1.25. I don't want to hold this no more. I seen this round trip all the way from like $3. What was the last all-time high in last cycle? Oh, I was feeling good. Yeah. $3, around $3.10. I rolled it all the way back down, almost to my point of entry. Should have sold it here and got into something else. Thought it was going back, at least up here. Now, we just had a little baby pump. So if I can at least get back to 125, I'm selling, and then I'm going to put it in something else. Even though ADA, don't get me wrong, ADA has great tech. I think it's one of the fastest, most decentralized, most secure blockchains. But for me personally, I'm not fundamentally invested in ADA. I'm fundamentally invested in some other coins, but not ADA. I like Charles, but I got to part with ADA, and my target is $1.25. So once I take profits from there, then I'll reallocate into probably Bitcoin, probably maybe I don't know what else I'm gonna invest in, but I'm still gonna be 80 to 85% crypto, and then I'll diversify a little bit more. And then when it comes to crypto, I'll be 70 to 75% Bitcoin, and then the rest will be in altcoin. So ADA is going to be one I'm selling. I hold some Chainlink. I think I bought Chainlink last cycle at like $40, so I'm still down in Chainlink. I think I bought Chainlink probably maybe mid-April, somewhere up here. Rolled it all the way back down, rolled it all the way back up, rolled it back down. Thought we were going, I thought Chainlink was going to like $200-300. But I think Chainlink is another one. Chainlink's fundamentals, Chainlink's technology is amazing, but I want to get out. I just want to get out. So if we can get back up to here, I got a red bar, a red area at about 35. We'll say about $35. And this is really, really major price action. We had a wick here. We had a wick here. We had some wicks here. We had another wick here. So that's why I'm aiming for that. If we can come up, hold this $25 area as reclaim, retest, react, hopefully get back to this $35 area, then I'll try to get back out of there. But I'll trade these all day, and I think they're fundamentally amazing. But right now I'm trying to consolidate my crypto holdings into basically Bitcoin, XRP. I like XRP still for the long term, and maybe Ethereum, which is still my biggest bag when it comes to, well, not anymore, Bitcoin is, but Ethereum was my biggest bag for a long time. But I might sell Ethereum too, to be completely honest with you, or at least half. That's why I said around 55 to 6,000. But I think Ethereum is probably gonna still go to like 10, 20,000 in the future. So I don't know. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP are the ones that I'm really bullish on. Probably Solana as well. Everything else is, I like, but AVAX, Link, ADA, XLM, I like that. What else? I like Aave still. Sui hasn't really been doing anything over the past few months, but I like it. It's so many coins. It's just so many coins. It's hard to just pick a few coins. So I just stick with Bitcoin. I'll stick with Ethereum, stick with XRP, and then play the rest of the market as a trader, and not like a high leverage trader, just a swing position trader or a spot trader where I get in, I hold it for a certain amount of time, and then I might get out for a lot of these coins. Bitcoin, XRP, this will be something that I hold long term, and then once the market does start to get a little bit more, we'll grow a little bit more, have a little bit more. What's the word that I'm looking for? When you can start borrowing again, you can borrow against it now, but I want it to get more established, a little bit more established in the financial world, a little bit more. People recognize it more institutionally, which is coming, and it's coming fast. So I want to do that, and I'll start borrowing against my Bitcoin as opposed to selling it. I don't want to sell my Bitcoin. I want to give my Bitcoin to my kids. And I think XRP will be around, even though people hate XRP, I think XRP will be around. It's been around since like 2013. 2000, maybe 2012, 13. XRP's been out for a long time. So I think it's going to stand the test of times. I think it'll appreciate as well. So, I would just hold all Bitcoin, but I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I put most of my eggs in one basket, but I don't want to put all of them in one basket. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at for the overall market long term. If it's any altcoin you want me to look at before we get to the market or the weekly close, let me know. But for the most part, I'm just waiting to see what Bitcoin does. I like what I saw. I like that we had this move over the weekend, even though the weekend, we have lower liquidity, manipulation is high, and I don't trust weekend moves. Still excited that we hit that all-time high. And this is another thing. Last cycle when we were hitting all-time highs, my phone was blowing up. Everybody was calling my phone. I was the crypto guy in the family. I was the crypto guy, on Facebook. If people didn't talk to me for a while, but they knew I was the crypto guy. We're hitting all-time highs. Nobody's hitting me up. So in this aspect, it's hard for me to see a blow-off top, because usually a blow-off top comes, let me turn my game down. A blow-off top comes when institutions, everybody, we push it up, the people who've been in crypto, and then retail comes in, and then once that happens, Once that happens, then they rug pull basically, and then that's how you get that sharp, that blow off top. You get FOMO, 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 and then boom, rug pull. Everybody starts to sell, and then it's just a cascading effect to the downside. So that's how you get that that blow off top. So I don't think we're gonna get a blow off top. I think we'll start to draw down a little bit quick, but I don't think that we're gonna just have some massive up move and then a drawdown coming for Bitcoin when we do start to come down in a bear market, if you want to call it a bear market. So somebody said Mantle. King B, what's up, King B? Let's look at Mantle really quick. I want to look at Mantle's. Let's look and see what Mantle is doing right now. So Mantle is at $2.11 right now. Fully diluted market cap 13 billion. Max supply volume. Okay, total supply 6.21 billion. Okay. So let's see what Mantle is doing right now. Mantle. Let me go back to this. Let's go to, matter of fact, let's go take it to trading view. Okay. Let's go to the daily. So I haven't looked at Mantle in a long time. So let's do a top down analysis for King B. Appreciate you for stopping by, King B. So let's draw. This is what I would do. Boom. Let's just start it here. So I'm drawing out my levels. I already see this is a very important level here. Let me see. Let's do it with the rectangle. This is a very important level here. We'll put a range here, a box here. Let's put a box there. Let's move this up a little to touch that wick right here. And this is on the daily. What time is it? 7:57. We got 3 more minutes. So it looks like we're going to close above that $120,000 mark for Bitcoin. So that's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. We have this here coming in here. So I see a nice channel that we're in for Mantle. I like this channel. I like this channel here. This is on demand TA. So I like this channel here. And what I like about this, King B, is we have a clear point of invalidation. So we're in the uptrend. We're in the uptrend. We got a low, high. Haven't came back down for a low, but we see this area here. This dollar, we'll say about $1.45 to $1.50, which is in confluence with our our area and the bottom side of our ascending channel. So as long as we're staying, let me get my drawing tool. Where's the drawing tool on here? Boom. So as long as we're above this area here, this is good. I like this. This is a nice uptrend. Very nice uptrend. So even if we come down here and we deviate outside of our channel, I love these because I got a strategy called the R3 strategy. We lose something, we deviate below it, we'll reclaim, retest, and then we'll react. So for Mantle, it looks like, let's see what our all-time high is. Oh wow. So this looks like this is all-time high. We're approaching all-time highs. So yeah, this is strong strength. I like this. Thank you. Actually, thank you for putting this on my radar. So I like this right now. What I'm watching is, as long as, and this seems like a far away area, you know, if the market did start to come down, but this is good. I like this channel. I like the way this is very bullish. I'll be continuing to watch this, but continue to watch this. Continue to watch the channel. As long as we're in this, make sure you draw this out. You can pull it from the 3rd of August, connected with that one. And then this comes in perfect confluence with our purple area of support. Here, resistance, and we flipped it as support, held it on September 23rd, and now we're taking off. So I like this. I like this a lot. This looks like a very good chart. This was our point to flip, our support resistance level to flip, and we flipped it. So as long as this can continue up, I think this one will have a nice, continue to be a nice rally. As long as we're above here, you don't have nothing to worry about. Let me pull a fib. Let's see. Even if we pull it from this high, let's pull it from this high here to this low, and we can get some price points that you could look at, King B. So first and foremost, We hit that 1618, coming perfectly right here where we're at right now at about $2, $2 and well, about $2. Right now we're a little bit above it. We're at 212. Or where are we at right now? Let's see. There we go. Get a little bit more information. Let me delete this. Delete that. Delete that. So yeah, I like this. So here's some price levels for you to watch as the bull run continues, and as hopefully altcoins start to get a lot more frothy and altcoins start to move once Bitcoin starts to or moves once Bitcoin moves, and then it starts to cool off and we can get some altcoin moves. So we at this level here, this basically this $2 level. This is what I like to see. We're a little bit above there. Next one will be 286. After that, 378, and then I mean if the market really start to get bullish, you know, we'll double from here. So 436, that would be, and that's not even a big move for something like this, you know, because these coins can just really just do that, and we've seen that. And if your coin, if Mantle starts to do this, I want you to take profits. Please start taking profits, because when your emotions start coming in, when coins start doing that, then I know it feel like it's gonna keep going up forever, but I want you to remember these numbers, and I want you to try to take some profits at some of these price points if you can. If you're holding, you know, if you're holding Mantle, or if you want to get in and you think it's gonna continue up. So if it's just building structure like this, let's go back to this. If it's just building slow structure like this is a little bit more healthy. Let's say we just do this, we build a little bit of structure like that, we build more structure. When coins do this, when they just go parabolic, this is when you're like, okay, I need to start taking profits. When they're doing this, you know, it's a little bit more, they're building a little bit more structure. But when they start to just go up vertically, that's when you really want to start taking profits. King B. So yeah, that's a good chart. That's actually a good chart, King B. I appreciate you for putting that on my radar. How about Solana? Anything for clicks? What's up? We just talked about Solana. We can go over it really quick one more time. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's weekly close / weekly open just started. Let's actually look. First of all, so the futures are green. US 500 is up 0.23%. US 30, which is the Dow, is up 0.11. NQ1, which is the NASDAQ, is up 0.31. So we got green futures. Bitcoin is at 123.5K, which is good. We closed above that $120,000 level. And really quick, Solana. We just went over Solana. I'll go over it really quick. It's really simple. That we already have it drawn out for you. Anything for clicks. So we just like Mantle was in that amazing channel, that ascending channel. Solana is in one as well, and we've been in one since we came to the bottom here at the end of June, coming in about $125, which was a major level of support, a major support resistance level. And I mean, we just been up. We deviated here. Let me see, make sure it's bigger so you can see. We deviated here. When was this? Last week or a week before last, came down to 190, got back into our range, reclaimed, retested here. We reacted. Now what we're looking at is this cup and handle. So we had our cup. So it didn't play out the way I wanted it to play out. So we have our cup here. We have our neckline. We had the handle. We broke out, but we didn't, you know, break out like I wanted to above this neckline. We got rejected from the neckline, but we still looking pretty good. I think if we can hold this, even if we come back down here to this 210 to 215 area, I think we'll be fine. I just want to really hold this yellow area, but I think I'm very bullish on Solana short term. I think once Bitcoin makes his move, I think Ethereum will be next, then Solana, or Solana, then Ethereum. But I'm thinking it'll probably go Ethereum, then Solana. And these are my price targets. And this is the trade. If you're trading this, if you're holding it, I don't know which one you're doing, but this is the move here. And this is the one I'm catching. And this is probably I'm trying to make this one of my biggest trades of the cycle. I'm going to go heavy on this one because I think Solana has the best risk to reward upside out of mostly all the coins. So once we get above this neckline here, coming in at about 235 to 240, I'm looking to get back to the top of our ascending channel. And I wanted to do this. I want you to look at this. When we came down and we lost this channel, the bottom side of our channel, what were we doing? We were just hitting range highs and range lows from this whole channel. Range low, range high, range low, almost back to range high, almost back to range low. Then we did go back to range high, back to range low, deviation. And like I said, you deviate and you get back in that range or you get back in that channel, the next probable move or it's a higher probability that now you go back to the top side. So we're already making our way up. We have one more area of resistance that we need to break above, that neckline coming in at 235. Once we break above there, I think we're going back to the top side of this ascending channel, which is coming in at about 275. But I think Solana is going to go probably like 300, three something. I think it's going to be a nice run, and I'm going to catch this with leverage. I'm going to catch this move with leverage. So I might get, it's not going to be super high leverage, but it's not going to be like low leverage like I usually do. I usually do like 5x, 6x. I'm probably going to go 10 with a heavier amount and try to catch this move here, because I think Solana is the best risk to reward. I know it's going to run. If Bitcoin continues to run, if Bitcoin continues to rally, if the market continues to rally, I'm 97.9% sure Solana is going to continue to run and get up to some of those levels that we've been talking about over the past few weeks. So Solana's been on our radar for a very long time. And I think our cycle high coming in at 300, we got here at the beginning of January. So I think we could easily come back up here, take this out. Our first move or our first area of interest would be this $265 area, which we got in around the November 2024, and then January 2025, which was a few weeks later, we got up to that $300 mark. So I think 300 can easily be taken out and probably beyond. So we'll see if that answers your question. It was kind of long-winded, but I think we'll have a nice run for Solana. So that's one. If you trade, please don't try to trade everything. If you trade, please trade the easier coins to trade. And the easier, it's not even Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not even the easiest thing to trade. The easiest trades are after Bitcoin runs, and then who's next in line. We kind of have a hunch of who's going to be next in line. So it's like, okay, we know Bitcoin's running. Now we're on to the next move. That's one thing that people in crypto don't do. A lot of times they try to get in when the move is happening. It works. That works too. Over here, the cool kids, make sure you come to the free Telegram. We try to be ahead of the next move. And this is an easy place for me, I think. I think if Bitcoin runs, once Bitcoin continues to run and then stops, rolls over, takes a break, Solana is going to run. And this is going to be nothing is easy, but I think this will be an easy trade. One of the easiest trades that you can take for crypto. And it hasn't really been easy mode. Crypto used to be I'm telling you, crypto used to be like, okay, once you kind of tapped into the matrix like Neo, when it came to crypto, it was like easy mode. It kind of ran, it did what it did over and over. It didn't repeat, but it rhymed. So you had Bitcoin, Ethereum, high caps, mid caps, low caps, Bitcoin, back to Ethereum, high caps, mid caps, low caps. This cycle has been a little bit different. It was like Bitcoin, then it was like meme coins, then it was like AI, then back to Bitcoin. So it's always sector driven or narrative driven, but it's usually Bitcoin runs first. And then, we have Ethereum, and then we have our higher cap coins like Solana. Now, I think after we had our last run for Bitcoin in the summer, we did have Bitcoin run, and then we had our Ethereum run, then we had Solana. So I think that will play out again. So I think we're waiting on Bitcoin. We're letting Bitcoin take the shine. We're letting Bitcoin do what it do. And then we're going to watch Ethereum, and then we're going to watch Solana. We're going to make our profits in Ethereum. We're going to make our profits in Solana. And then we're going to go back down the risk curve. And this is if you're trading. Then we're going to go down the risk curve and find some of these other coins that haven't ran yet. And there will be proxies. So if you're holding, like we talked about, if you're trading Solana, or if Solana's running rather, it's probably going to be some meme coins that's going to run. It's probably pump.fun, pump. That's going to run hard. If Solana runs, pump is probably going to be a proxy that is going to run harder. So if you want to be a little bit risky, you kind of got to know what proxy coins are proxies of other coins. Well, what proxy tokens are proxies of coins? Because coins and tokens is different if you want to get technical. But you want to have that in your head, like, okay, Solana's running now. Let me run the pump. Let me try to get some pump. Or Binance is running. Let me go to Aster, or things like that. Like, it's just a lot of things in crypto that will come to you with time, or will come to you if you in the know, or if you have a little bit of due diligence, do a little bit of research. But for the most part, for most people who are in crypto, stick to the top coins. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Crypto is not a get rich overnight. It can happen, and this is why we love crypto. But build base hits, build. And I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna tell you this. Let me look at the chart, and then I'm gonna come to the chat. I'm gonna tell you this. If you did not fare well this cycle, I think I didn't fare well as I should have. The market dynamics were a lot different. If you have not fared well this cycle is, even if it's pretty much over, if this cycle plays out the way they played out in the past, I'm telling you, the way everything is setting up. Let's look at this. Like, we're in a government shutdown right now. The dollar is tanking. Where's the dollar at? The dollar is going down. It's up a little bit, but let's go on a weekly. Just look at the dollar. Like, the dollar is going down. I don't want to get political, but nobody can agree on anything. People are losing jobs. The job numbers are bad, and they're going to continue to probably get worse going into the tail end of the year, going into 2026. We have Federal Reserve people who are coming in from the administration getting into the Federal Reserve. We have Jerome Powell about to leave the Federal Reserve. Who you think is about to come into the Federal Reserve? We're about to have somebody who's coming in who's going to be probably a pawn. They are going to cut interest rates. They are going to pump the economy. He's already talking about giving away stimulus checks. Are you kidding me? Crypto is going to run hard. I don't think we're going to have a long drawn out bear market. I think bad news is bad news right now. Yeah. I mean, bad news is good news right now. Okay, let me clarify. Bad news is good news right now. Oh, bad job number. That means interest rates are going to get cut. Let's pump the market up. Bad news is good news. 2026, bad news will be bad news. Early 2026, I think bad news will be bad news. That will be the catalyst for us to come down. I think that'll be the catalyst for crypto, stocks, everything to start coming down. That's not going to last long. This administration does not want a bad stock market. This administration wants a booming economy, liquidity into the economy, liquidity into the stocks. They want to get rich with us. We just need to follow the big players. The writing is on the wall. I'm trying to tell you, the writing is on the wall. So even when bad news becomes bad news, it's not going to last long. They're going to come in, step in. They're going to do what they have to do. The markets are going to start rallying. It's going to be just like 2020. I think it may be some sort of a dip. I don't think we're going to just get a sharp dip like 2020. I'll take that back. I think we'll have a small, or maybe a month or two, maybe 3 months, 4 months of just bleeding. Bad news is bad news. Bad news is bad news. Boom. Jerome Powell is out of there. Somebody Trump wants is chairman of the Federal Reserve. Liquidity coming into the markets. What else? Interest rates. Stimulus checks. Like, it's going to be crazy. I'm trying to tell you, just be patient. Just be patient. It's coming. So even if you didn't fare well this bull run, even if you have missed out, even if you thought, even me, I thought this bull run was going to be a lot better. It was a little bit lackluster. We did have pockets of greatness, from different coins, different sectors, but it wasn't like just a long drawn out bull. It was pockets of great bullness, if that's a phrase I can use. But I'm telling you, 2026, probably the end, going towards the tail end of 2026, maybe mid to late 2026. I think that's when we're really going to start to go nuts. And I'm not subscribed to it. I'm not a fortune teller, but I'm just critically thinking. I'm really critically thinking about what's going to happen in the market, what's going to happen in the economy, the job numbers, what's happening with the people who are going to be in charge of the monetary system, the fiscal policies. I think it's going to be crazy. So just be patient. Sometimes I go off on a rant, but just be patient, I think. So let me see. Oh, we got Dave Digital in the building. K Diggity. Everybody's coming in. Rick's Wi-Fi. All my buddies are here. Yeah, they are. So appreciate you for stopping by. Dave Digital has an amazing show over on Billy Goat Tales. I stopped in a couple of times. It was amazing. He was going over like AI. AI was basically just giving a whole rundown of the markets, giving a whole rundown of everything that was going on. It was amazing show. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to the whole Billy Goat Tales family. Them guys are amazing. Those guys are amazing. Met them out in Vegas, and nothing short of amazing. So appreciate you for stopping by. K Diggity's in the building. Forgive it, obviously a little different. Don't fade the trans fluid changes. No transmission. I don't even know. I just see lube, transmission, all that. I'm gonna let y'all keep talking about that. But Bitcoin, I'm gonna wrap it up because I need to get something to eat. My family, my wife is out of town, so I'm about to probably eat hot dogs and rice, cut it up. So I don't have nobody to cook, or I might just go get something to eat. We'll see. But Bitcoin closed above $120,000, which was what we were looking at. This is why we wanted to come and live stream to make sure we held above that. That was a key level. That's the key level that we've been watching for Bitcoin. And I think we'll see what type of moves Bitcoin makes once the market opens. We do have, like I said, futures up a little bit, a tad bit for the stock market. And the stock market's just been going bananas. Oh, this is something a lot of people that I have not seen a lot of people talk about. And then we're going to get out of here. A lot of people, and we're approaching 124,000 for Bitcoin. So this is good. We might stay on a little bit longer. A lot of people are not talking about, this is one thing about crypto people. So it's either you got to pick Bitcoin or you got to pick gold. It's like one or the other. I hate gold. I'm in, if you're a Bitcoin or gold, people are like, I hate Bitcoin. It's one or the other. I don't think it's one or the other. Of course, I'm majority Bitcoin, but we did get in a nice gold trade back in like 2022. We're still in that. We're still holding that. PAX G though, if you want to get some exposure. So this is still crypto. It's just pegged to gold. PAX G. If you want a bull run, this is a bull run. This is a real bull run. Gold isn't a real bull run. So if you want to get an allocation to gold, find somewhere where they have PAX G. Find somewhere where they have PAX G and, long it, not financial advice. Because I think gold is going to continue its ramp higher. I think this is a safer play, a safer bet. And as long as the economy is doing what it's doing, I think gold is going to go up. So which in turn, PAX G is going to go up. So I think PAX G is pretty much on all pretty much all platforms nowadays. So PAX G, a lot of people are not talking about it. It's like a sin to talk about gold in the crypto market. But when you want to make money, look at gold. If you can get some type of allocation to gold, look at gold. PAX G is one. They got a couple more. They got one on Solana called like Gold. It's like it's on decentralized platforms, perps, decentralized platform exchanges rather. But I just stick with PAX G. I had a nice trade with PAX G on Bybit, and then Bybit kicked off Americans. I was so mad, and then I just didn't reopen it. But I have a position over on, and it's called One Gold. It's a app called One Gold where you could buy gold, and then I guess they hold it in a vault. I guess who knows if it's there or not. But that's one that you keep on your radar as well. But it does look like Bitcoin is starting to climb up. We just started a new week. It's 8:18 p.m. Eastern time. So Bitcoin is rising. We're at 124,253. So this is what I want you guys to. So we have this breakout prop. We've been talking about this. So I'm gonna trade this week. I'm really trading this week. I'm not gonna trade I'm gonna trade my own money as well, because it's hard for me to jump from one account to the next. It's hard for me. I gotta focus on one thing. So I think I'm gonna focus on this week. With Bitcoin ramping up, Bitcoin hitting all-time highs, I think I'm gonna focus on this. So this is my balance, 99,560. I lost $440 or something like that. So by this time next week, I'm gonna try to have this at 110,000. Damn, that's gonna be a $10,000 week. We'll say 5,000. I don't want to put that much pressure on myself. I want to have this at 105K, and then we're gonna withdraw it live on air next Sunday. If I don't get if I don't breach my account. So we're gonna trade this. So we're gonna try to make 5K this week, and we're gonna withdraw it live next week over on the channel. We'll try to do that. So we talked about some trades. If my Solana trade can start to play out, I don't think that's gonna play out yet. I think Bitcoin still is gonna run. I think Bitcoin still has a couple more weeks of running. I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance. This is what I'm really gauging. Bitcoin dominance is starting to push up a tad bit. But like I said, I want Bitcoin dominance to continue to run. And we talked about our golden zone coming in at about 62. I don't know if we're going to get to 62, but I think that would be a great area for Bitcoin dominance to top out. And we had this. So me and Ben, we've been aligned pretty much for the last 2 years when it comes, when it came to Bitcoin dominance. I don't think we're gonna come take out these highs here at 65, 66%, but I would like to see some sort of a lower high. So we had a high here, we have another low. So even if we come up here 62, maybe 63%, I would love that. I think that's how we get a nice altcoin season. If we just come up here and maybe hit our head on 60, get a little bit above 60, get to, somewhere around there, I think we'll still have a pretty good altcoin season. But I think the higher this goes, the more liquidity Bitcoin can pull into the market, the higher Bitcoin goes, then the rollover. I'm gonna keep saying that because I think that's the best path, the best way that we can get a nice sustained altcoin season. Let's see what we got. We got everybody's pouring in now. We got Jay Violet in the building. All Set is here. Harp is in the building. Everybody not a fan of Bitcoin dominance. So you know what, All Set? I wasn't a fan either until I really figured out it was really like a good gauge for me. It's really a good gauge for when I want to jump into how heavy I get into altcoins, how heavy I get into some altcoin trades. Like some altcoins I'm just holding and I don't even care. Like I'm just gonna hold them and then once they, just hold them and hold them and hold them. But when I'm trading or when I'm trying to foresee how the market is going to be, the altcoin market, because let's just be honest, most of us are altcoin heavy. Like most of the people in crypto, they don't come in for Bitcoin. They come in to get altcoins. We come in to get these altcoins and get rich quicker. We're not going to get rich with Bitcoin. We're going to get rich with altcoins. So I use Bitcoin dominance as a gauge to tell me when and how heavy I need to go into altcoins, especially when I'm trading. So I definitely use it like that when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. Don't bring the red chat back. We're going to see Barron Trump as president before y'all. Dave Digital. You know what? I think we just need to redefine altcoin season. Oh, we was talking about this too. So you remember I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago when all the altcoin index was like at 90 or something like that. And I'm like, how's the altcoin index? It's just like the top 50 coins. They just take like the top 50 coins and then they create the altcoin index. Now I'm like, bro, I need a better gauge of altcoin season, but it's so hard to get a gauge of altcoin season because it's just so many coins now. It's like millions of coins, millions of just vaporware dead coins floating around there, but they still count and it's hard to get a gauge. So this is another reason why this market has been a little bit harder because even last cycle, it was a lot of coins, but it wasn't that many coins. And all the Bitcoin maximalists, they kept saying, I mean, I'm sort of a Bitcoin maximalist, but I'm not. But they were just saying like, oh, it's going to be like 4 coins. All altcoins are going to zero. There are going to be no more altcoins next cycle. All altcoins are going to die. Now we got like 20 million coins. Like that was crazy. So build us one with AIFD. Rib, of course, we'll bring the rib. K Diggity, never forget the rib. That was some very, very, very good times over there on the Piper Academy channel. We talked about Piper a little bit earlier. The rib chat. I think, matter of fact, I'm gonna call Piper tonight. I think I might go on the show in the morning. Him and OC. I'm gonna see if they got some space for me over in the morning with the live stream. So yeah, like I said, Bitcoin is looking pretty good right now. I'm loving what I'm seeing for the market. And we, as long as we're above 120, like we're 124 right now. That's good. I like it. I love it. Even if we start to come down a little bit, 120, this is my line. This is what I want to hold. Even if we just start to get boring again. Let me go back to where's my chart at? Even if we start to get boring again, I want to just hold this $120,000 level. Let me delete some of these scribbles. This is actually how my handwriting looks in real life. So they thought I was going to be a doctor, but I couldn't pay attention in school. But as long as we're holding all this price action, let's go to this on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. You guys can get a little bit more. And we talked about this a little bit earlier on the stream. But as long as we're holding above this, like we were in this range from 116 to 120, deviation above, back below, got back in it. I want to just hold above this red area here. I think this would be very, very, very important for us in the short term. Or even if we do stuff like that, I think even a double bottom, I'm taking this long. I'm taking this long all day. This is what I want to see. Honestly, this is what I want to see. I want to see us retest this on a high time frame. Probably go to the 4 hour. Double bottom at 120. Somebody record this. Double bottom at 120. Then we blast off. I think that'll. I'm not sure it's gonna happen, but that would be a trade. That would be a trade. And usually the double bottom, the second bottom is a higher low. And if we get some type of divergence on the RSI, oh my God, this is what I would love to see. Take that trade all day. So we'll update the community if that does happen, or we'll update the community as Bitcoin price starts to play out, how the price action starts to play out. But sometimes I just have scenarios in my head. They don't play out, but if they do play out, they usually play out the way I think they're going to play out. And this would be perfect. This would be a perfect trade for you to take if it does happen. So we'll keep the community updated over in the Telegram. Link will be, I think the link is in the description. I'm not sure. I don't know if I put it there tonight, but we'll see. Of course, we bring the rib chat. Wix Wi-Fi 89. Appreciate Jay Violet. Appreciate Jay Violet. We love Piper. Yeah, we love Piper. That's our guy. True DD. Blow off top income. So Dave, I got to get you on the channel, Dave. Let me know when you're free. I got nothing but time, but let me know when you're free. I gotta get Dave on the channel. I don't think a blow off top is coming. I think we'll get like so I'll say this, Dave. I think we'll get let's say we get up to like 130, 140, 150. I think we'll get a massive drawdown. Boom. Like maybe we go back down to like 120. Maybe that could be considered a blow off top. But after that, I don't think we're just gonna like go from like, let's say we go to 150. I don't think we're just gonna go just drop to like 70K in like a month or something like that. You know what I mean? I think it'll be a harsh rejection or a harsh move at the top of the market, but I don't think it's gonna be like we just continue to fall. I think we're gonna have a slow bleed, and it's gonna be tough. And this is where my bad news becomes bad news scenario comes in for the top of 2026. I think that's gonna happen, maybe at the end of this year. But like I said, I'm trying not to get. I'm trying to have my scenarios intact, but I'm not trying to get timelines. I'm not trying to really get timelines, be subscribed to like timelines. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's called a balloon dog, FD. Yeah, it is. Seriously, FD. Let's get boring at 120. You know what? That's true. K Diggity, appreciate you for coming up. The chart hasn't revealed euphoria. Yeah, it hasn't. And usually we talked about this a little bit earlier on the stream too, K Diggity. The reason euphoria really came in was because retail was the euphoria, in my opinion. It was like, okay, we're here. Like we're crypto bros and girls and gals. I don't know what they call it, females, but we're in crypto. We get a little bit of FOMO. We get a little bit of euphoric, but we talked about this too. When your friends starting, like we're hitting all time highs. My phone, where's my phone at? My phone hasn't rang. I don't even know where it's. Oh, I'm looking at the chat. I don't even know where my other phone is at. My other phone last cycle, all time high. My phone is blowing up. All time high. My phones is blowing up. What should I buy? Should I buy Bitcoin? How do you buy this? Do you have a Coinbase link? This, that. It was crazy. Now this is like the most boringest all time high, that we've been having. So I don't know if and that's where I don't know if a blow off top is coming. That's where I don't know if euphoria is coming. Let me ask you guys this, because now we got some people we got some people we can get a accurate gauge of the market. Do you think last election, once we got the election and we got the new president, the new administration, and the market went bananas for like a month, do you think that was euphoria? Let me know down in the chat. Was that euphoria? I want to know if that was euphoria when the market started to do that. Let me see what we got over here. Let's do that. So I don't know if that was euphoria or not. Dave said, I feel like there is zero chance we don't revisit 100K. Just hoping for exactly. Yeah, I'm right with you. Dave. I got 135 to 150. And I do think we revisit 100,000. I think we go down. Matter of fact, I got a chart. Come on now. I got a chart for it. Let's see. And this is what see, a lot of people have been going off of moving averages. A lot of people have been going off of indicators, mathematical equations and all this other stuff when it comes to the market, when it comes to the bull bear market. Where's mine at? This is mine right here. And it's very, very simple. Let's go. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. It's very, very simple. This is mine here. You see the bear? So let me zoom out. This was the start of the macro bull trend, basically the bull market. This was, to me, the start of the bull market. So we had our bear market 2022, all of 2022, basically going into mid 2023. Once we got to the end of September, the tail end of September 2023, this is when we started our uptrend. Look at this. It's really this simple to me. This is really this simple to me. We started. We hit that, came up. Hit that again. Okay, now we're starting a trend. 2 touches. Now, I remember this. I remember we took out our all-time high. Everybody's like, hey, we're going straight to 1 million. Then we came back down. Perfectly did what? Perfectly hit our line, our upper sloping trend line. Then we bounced again. Double top here. Bull market's over. We're going to 30K. What do? Perfectly hit our line. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect touches on our macro uptrend that started at the end of 2023, September 2023. Boom, boom. Then we did it again. Now we're at what? 125. We hit 125. So now I just don't want to lose this. I'm just simple technical analysis. I know we have the 200 weekly moving average. We have the 50. We have the bull market support band. We have a lot of things that people are looking at. I look at that too. But me personally, I want to continue to hold this uptrend. I'm just in technical analysis. I look at trend lines. I look at support and resistance lines. And if those are broken, if the trend is broken, then that's when I start to get, either bullish or bearish. And in this instance, I'll get bearish. And I think that's what happened. That's what will happen. So if we do come up, so now 97. So we have this upper trend line has just been rising and rising and rising. So I'm looking somewhere around 100K. Like you said, Dave, 100K. And then, we do have something around 88 to 90K. So that's what I'm looking at. I think as long as we're above there, we're fine. Even if we come down and use this as resistance or use that support and get back above there, that's fine. But once we lose this, okay, the alert is being rang. Then once we do that, bear market, bear market. But I just don't think we're going to be in a long drawn out bear market. And that's just because of the fundamentals. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. What else are you guys talking about? To me, that was the institution setting anchors. I think people were just happy to see a crypto friendly cabinet leadership. Oh, you guys are talking about that should be the new bottom, Trump winning. So when was that? Let's see. Man, that's a good observation, Dave. Oh, you killing it today, Dave. That's a great observation. I never even thought of that. That should be, shouldn't it? So what was that? November 2024. When was that? Like the 5th? So we'll just do around that time. So this is on demand. So this is something else I might have to add to my. See, this is why we gotta get you on the channel, Dave. Let me delete some of this. My scribble scrabble. I don't have my keyboard with me. So okay, let's look and see what you. So September, October, November. So this was November. What are we on? The weekly? Let's go to the daily so we can get a more accurate. March. Bear with me. November. Okay, almost. October. November. So 66. So around 66K, which is look, Dave. 66K is almost coming to confluence with, one of the areas on our uptrend. But yeah, I would say November 5th, around 66 to 67K. So the wick, we don't have to be like that precise, but somewhere in this area. So we'll say what? 65K. We'll say 64, 65K. And that comes in confluence with what, Dave? That comes in confluence with our all-time high, our first all-time high in what? In 2021. This one. 64K. So hopefully, yeah. And what? One thing that I don't think we ever went below an all-time high after we break it the next cycle? I don't know. So that's a great observation. So that's definitely a great observation when it comes to that. So yeah, so the bottom, hopefully 64K. So if let's say we top at 130, 140, I say we get a 40, 50%, maybe 60. I'm going in between 40 and 45 and 60% drawdown. Let's just say 50. So if we get to 130, 140, 70K. So that's what I mean, possibly that's what we could do. And I'm a buyer at 70K. Anything around 70, anything around some sort of former all-time high, I'm definitely a buyer. So that's definitely something I'm gonna keep my eye on. DD correct. Sorry, I had to double check. I got November 5th. It was November 5th. So we were right. So around 60, like I said, around that previous all-time high, around 66K for Bitcoin. Hold on. So yeah, it's been an interesting cycle, man. It's definitely been an interesting cycle. I've had some good calls. I've had some coins that haven't moved that I've been holding since 2021. But overall, it's taught me a lot about markets. It's taught me a lot about crypto. And I'm just watching crypto transform right before my eyes. It's transforming right before our eyes in real time. We wanted the TradFi bros here. We wanted all this, this new liquidity coming in, these ETFs and stuff. So now we're getting it. So now the market is changing. We're also getting a higher market cap for Bitcoin, the overall market. So it's not going to be as, just boomy to the upside. We're going to have our pockets of movements, but for the most part, TradFi is here. It's going to be, even the stock market though, the stock market has changed too. Like it was like this. And let me know if you guys agree. So the stock market was kind of slow. We had our outliers and things like that. The stock market was kind of slow to the upside. We didn't have too much volatility, but crypto was just like the most volatile asset ever. So now, here, let me make myself bigger so you can see me. So now it's like this. So now the equilibrium for the stock market and crypto is getting level. Because now we have a stock market that wasn't as volatile. I mean, they had penny stocks and things like that. But for the most part, we had a stock market that wasn't that volatile or as volatile as it is now. And then we had crypto that was just the wild, wild west of volatility. Now it's starting to even out. So both of them are starting to be, crypto still, of course, volatile, more volatile. But but the stock market is more volatile than it's ever been. So it's like the TradFi bros came in and this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted, Bitcoin. But see, we thought that Bitcoin going up, we thought the TradFi bros bringing Bitcoin and doing all this other stuff and shooting Bitcoin to the moon would mean that altcoins would have went to the moon even more. And it hasn't happened like that. So we got to navigate a little bit better. We definitely have to navigate a little bit better and figure out the new dynamic of this market. It's still like I said, it's still pockets of crazy volatility to the upside. Like we saw MYX a couple weeks ago. Let's go back to this. We saw this. Look at this. Like this is still crypto. Where's it at? Like look at this. Look at this volatility. And I was gonna buy this at 94 cents. And I hate when I do this. I was so mad at myself because I think Miles I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. But he was talking about this. So one of them was talking about it, right? Somewhere around here, like 94 cents or something like that. And it ended up going, this is crypto. This is why we in crypto. This is what 2021 was like when the market really ramped up. We went basically from $1 to $19. And this is on a daily in 1, 2, 3 days, bro. 3 days. We went from $1. We had a 19x in 3 days. And if this was like last cycle, we probably would have did this. We probably would have went to like $50 for something like this. Like it was crazy. It was definitely crazy. But like I said, the market was less diluted. The market it wasn't a lot of or as many coins as it is now. But look at this volatility. Now, this is actually a good trade. I might take this trade. Look at this. This is, if we come back down here, I might take this bounce from $3.15 to $3.15, probably back up to $10. So, hey, MYX, here's a free trade. This is a trade for you. And this is how the market is going to start reacting. Like, especially right now with these coins that exhibited strong strength and now they're losing. Once they hit these key levels of support, I think they'll get significant bounces. So like, look at this. Look at the volatility on this coin. Like, this one up. Oh, we already did that. So from top to this one, that was 40%. Then we went, this was probably another 35% here. So it's some things you just got to find them. Like, if you want to find them, you can find them. They're here, but it's just not as abundant as it used to be. And that's why I hate to call it altcoin season now, because you have to really like kind of dig deep to find them. But this is something that you have to keep on your radar though. The crowded trade. So that is one plus of the crypto market now. So the market is boring. It's kind of, sentiment is kind of low. Even though we might be going up a little, sentiment might be kind of low. But then a coin starts to move like this. A coin starts to move. And then if you can get in, it's kind of tough to gauge, when it's going to top out, things like that. But if you can ride one of these, like the crowded trade, just say you would have got in on this day. You would have went in, you would have got in somewhere around here the next day, $7. You would have went up. Like, look at these crazy wicks. These are daily wicks. But still, like, it's still opportunity. And you have, like, when everybody's talking about something, if you can get in a little bit early, like if you could have got in somewhere around here, you can kind of sense when people are starting to talk about something. But when everybody starts to talk about it, then you got to sell. So it's still opportunity. It's still crypto. It's still like these assets are, they don't have a huge market cap until they do, so you still got to, kind of find some of the ones that don't have high market caps and try to, I don't even know if it's investing. It's a little bit of investing. It's a little bit of gambling, but it's a science to it, but still opportunity. It's still crypto. So I think you'll be fine. He says, was Nikki, is that my wife? Oh yeah. Everybody say hello to Nikki, my wife. So like I told you guys, they are my kids. My wife and kids are out of town, so I'll be here eating drinking hot dog water, and rice for the foreseeable future until they get back. Dave said, "Are you shorting Biddy right now?" I'm not in the trade. I'm actually not in the trade. I want to see. So I don't even know where to find this metric. And I probably could go back and do some back testing, but I think Bitcoin usually is like a little bit bearish on Mondays and then bullish on Tuesdays. Or I don't think it's been working out like that over the past 2 months, but I think I did some back testing, and I've seen that Mondays was a little bit bearish. So right now, Dave, I'm not shorting. I'm only taking. So this would have been an amazing short. Let's just take MYX for example. This would have been an amazing short. But right now, what I'm looking at is I'm looking for bounces at key support levels. So right now, okay, this is no man's land for me if I'm just talking about MYX, and we can look at any coin and determine, where a good level to long is. But for this one, I would just wait till we get somewhere like $3.30, $3.25, and then I will look for some sort of move back up to $10. And that's what. And this is a free trade. I'm telling you, this is probably gonna happen. This is probably gonna be an easy trade unless it just go to zero. But I don't think that's gonna happen. This is a 200% trade. So let's say you put 5x leverage on there. What's that? 1,000%. That's a big trade. So I think if you can catch it, even if you get stopped out a couple times, if you can catch this move, which I think is going to happen, especially once the market starts to ramp up. So I got these coins at the bottom of my list. I got XPL, Plasma. I got Apex. That's a decentralized perp exchange. Hype, of course. I think Hype is going to do well. I think Hype is going to have a major move. Aster. I think Aster is going to have another major move. World BYDFI, I think that's going to have a major move. In the MYX. I'm looking for volatility. So I think those will be, well, not Hype. Hype hasn't really been volatile. We'll put that to the top. But I think these will have a lot of volatility once the market starts to ramp up. This one is like See, look at this. Like, look at this move. Like these moves, I want to try to get, I want to catch one of these moves in some of these coins. Let's go to the hourly because we don't even have too much information. It hasn't even been out that long. This is like a stable coin. What is this? It's got something to do with stable coins. So I think this will be a narrative. It's like I can't remember. I'm gonna do a dedicated video. So make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, because we've been putting out a lot of alpha. So I definitely want, you know, everybody to see it. But this is like, I think decentralized, maybe this one or that narrative has kind of died down a little bit. But I think the decentralized exchanges, anything that got to do with stable coins, I think those are two narratives that you want to watch going into the tail end of the year. And then, like I said, of course, the top coins, I think those will have some moves. But for the most part, let's see what you guys are saying. I don't play new alts on leverage, not my game. It is, you know what? It is hard because look at that. Like, let's just go back to. But if you catch one, Dave, I'm telling you, if you catch one, you catch one. Like Apex. Like if you catch one, this is on the hourly time frame, and this was look, this is simple. This is simple TA. Look at this. And I would have probably took this if it was on my radar. I'm just looking at something like this. I love these, especially when you have something like that, just an uptrend like that. I would have definitely played this. Let me see. So it was flat, just flat. I remember they was promoting Apex like last cycle. I think this like the decentralized version. They have a very good relationship with Bybit. So I think this is a family of Bybit. But this is, I would have loved this. I would have loved this long. And all you gotta do is catch one. I'm just looking at this. And then a flag right here. And then, I mean, I just want to catch a couple of those, Dave, to be completely honest with you. I don't like playing them on leverage a lot either. Because, I mean, they can wick so hard. This one has, the wicks haven't been that bad on this one. The wicks haven't been that bad. Yeah, this is on Bybit. The wicks haven't been that bad. So I like this one. And this is not really a newer coin, though. It's just new when it comes to people talking about it. Let's look at Aster. The wicks haven't been that bad. It's really the wicks that I look at. Those wicks, like this one. Let me look at this. This is the 4-hour time frame. And it really depends. Like I don't like to use high leverage. I'd rather go heavier with low leverage than low leverage with, hold on, what did I say? I'd rather go more money, low leverage than less money, high leverage, if that makes any sense when it comes to things like this. So yeah, I mean the wicks on here, but they were kind of crazy. This is Aster. So yeah, I mean, the overall trend is pretty straightforward, but you know, we so many degenerates in the space, me included, like we're trying to like long and short and hot. I be seeing people like trading with like 50x leverage, and I'm like, how do you 40x leverage? And every time they post something on X, it's a win. I'm like, it's no way you're winning that much with 50x leverage. I'm sorry. That's impossible. And if it is, you need to be putting out a course so I can buy it. But for the most part, like I said, low leverage, no more than 5. And 5 is kind of high for, like you said, Dave, newer coins. But I'm trying to catch some moves because right now it's also, I think this will be the most bullish time that we had in a while when it comes to altcoins. Hopefully. So I'll be a little bit more risky when it comes to long in some of these coins. So yeah, they're trading like 5 coins at the same time. Yeah, and then just whichever one works out, that's what they're gonna post. Yeah, I feel you. 50x is fun. Matter of fact, I just had a 50x trade. It was something. Let me actually go to the Telegram. If you're not in the Telegram, make sure you come to the Telegram, the free Telegram, the Cool Kids Alpha Club. Link will be, I think the link is in the description. Like I said, I had like a 50x trade one of these times. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here's my registered on 2bit. You can get a free $50 if you register, no strings attached. You can get up to $30,000 USDT trading bonus, blah, blah, blah. You know, everything they want you to say. What else? I'm looking at, I had some good trades and it was like 40x leverage. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm feeling this. Let me see. I don't know where it's at, but like I said, I post my real-time thoughts, news, trade setups, analysis over in the Telegram. The Discord, I'm finished with the Discord, but it's like some security measures on there and some AI things I'm trying to implement. So, oh, here we go. So World Liberty 5 short 50x. I made 43%. I think I made like $600 over here this day. I had a couple more, but I rarely do that. I think I had like some free money on 2bit that they gave me, and I just longed something. Matter of fact, I need to like log into 2bit and see what's going on. But yeah, 50x leverage is fun. So I mean, some people trade like I know 2 people who trade like that, and they're good at it. Alex O, I don't know if he uses 50, but Alex, he's like a surgeon when it comes to the charts. So he's strategically getting in. He has a plan, and he's basically scalping. So when you scalp, I come from the Forex market. So Forex, the Forex market don't move pretty much, not that much. So you got to use high leverage. So I come from the Forex leverage. So that's where I kind of learned how to use leverage, and I kind of learned how to manage emotions with higher leverage. But for the most part, I don't use high leverage. And then, so Alex O is a good person who uses high leverage. And then Trade Intuition, Joe, he uses high leverage sometimes as well, and he's really good at it too. So I watch them religiously to try to get some pointers and things like that, because I'm a very basic, simple trader, and my superpower in trading is not taking trades that's not my trade. That's why I'm profitable. Like even when it came to this, where's it at? This Breakout Prop Firm account, where I got $100,000 funded account. So when I first got it, so I got a 5,000, I passed that, then I blew it. And then I'm just trying to get in the mix of how you trade on Prop Firm. Then I got a 10,000, blew that one. I think I like opened the trade, then put a stop loss by mistake. And then I'm like, okay, I got it. So when I did this $100,000 account, I just was taking base hits. I was making so you got to make 10,000. You start off with 100, you got to make 10,000, and they give you the 100,000 to trade with. So it was just base hits. I was making, 400 here, 200 here, 1,000 here. I lose 200 here. I'll make another 400 here. I'll make another 60 here. I'll make another $80 here. It took me like 2.5 months to do this, because I wasn't trying to use it. I might try to use it as like a huge income stream, but I was just using it as like another income stream, a small income stream. So that's the mentality I went into it with. So that's my whole trade mentality. Regardless, I'm using trading like at some point I want to trade, be one of the trading bros and be riding Lamborghinis and stuff like that. That's like, I don't know, but I use trading as not my primary source of income. It's great income, but when it was my primary source of income, it was stressful. It's very stressful, to be completely honest with you. I was overseas, I told myself, I think I was in Malaysia, and I was running low on money. So I said, I didn't want to touch my crypto. I didn't want to do anything else, because I was overseas for like 5 months, just traveling the world with my family. So I had a certain amount that I wanted to have, because I was going to come back after like 2 months, 3 months. But my wife wanted to stay longer. So we just ended up going to Malaysia. We ended up going back to Thailand for a couple months. But I'm like, okay, I don't want to use the rest of my money, so I'm going to trade. This is going to be the way we're going to eat. Man, I was so stressed out every day. It was crazy. So now I have other income sources, massive income source, not massive, but I have good income sources coming in now. So now when I'm trading, I'm stress-free. I have a plan. I don't really deviate from my plan. If it's not my trade, I'm not taking that trade. And I think that's my superpower. Like when people, I like to go on my rants. When people come on the internet, number one, they tell you 99 or whatever % of people don't make it in trade. And that's true. But 96% of them give up after like a week. The other percentage just don't have it in them to stick to the rules, stick to their strategy, risk management. It's not one strategy that works. It's not one system that works. I think all the strategies can work, to be completely honest with you. It's you. It's really you. Can your system, your system has to be, profitable a little bit, but can you manage or stick to your system? Can you manage your emotions? Can you stick to what stick to what you know? That's the hard part. That's why 99% of most people can't trade. So it is what it is. 0 wins was 50X is fun. Alex is the GOAT. Yeah, Alex, that's my guy. I talked to Alex earlier on X, man. He lives in the mountains. He sent me a picture. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know where my other phone is at, but he sent me a picture from his kitchen, man. He's living it up in the mountains, man. It looks so serene and so beautiful. Shout out to Alex. That's like one of my best friends in crypto. Him, Tradefly, Piper, FG. These are my guys. From him and Crypto Face, Flopping Groper, Nick from Nick Cypher. Some of these guys, Crypto Kid. I like Crypto Kid a lot. Mr. M. I like some of those guys are some of my favorite people. Rob from Digital Asset News. These are some of my favorite people in crypto. Don't quit. Let your stop loss speak for us. Yeah, that's another thing. Like with the stop loss all set, I keep my stop loss. That was one thing I had to learn. And so I learned to lower the leverage, let the trade breathe, especially in crypto. So once I started to do that all set, I was definitely a better trader. I was definitely a better trader. And then my strategy is just this is my strat. Like I'll show you what makes me the most money. Let's say we got a range. This is Ethereum. Matter of fact, let's go back to TradingView. I'm gonna show you my strategy. This is how easy it is. This isn't how I analyze the market, but when I trade, this is what I look for. These are some of my bread and butter trades. Let's go to this Ethereum chart. Nope. Let's go to XRP. So yeah, we can use XRP for example. So what am I looking at right now? So on this chart, I have an area mapped out in red. This is a major area of support and resistance. XRP. It's really this simple. It's not, but it is. This is my strategy. So this area here, this $3 area, which is a huge support and resistance level, and it's a psychological level. Let me get my drawing. See, we had all this price action. $3 here. I mean, we're coming above it. We're coming below it. But for the most part, I'm just looking at these wicks here. Look at how we react at these wicks. So I'm just saying this is a very important level, this $3 level. So with that being said, what I would be looking for, first and foremost, I'm looking at a trend coming up to that level. I want to stay on that trend, of course, but I call it the R3 strategy. This isn't that good of an example. It's a better example, but you can just see what it is. And I mean, it's just basically a break and retest, but it has to be a very important level. It has to be a very, that's the key. It can't just be any level. You can't just lose a level and reclaim it and then long it. It has to be a very important level that has built a lot of structure in the past behind you to your left. So with this $3 level, this is my trade right here. And we came above it. And even I'm on a 4-hour time frame. So even if let's say we were on an hourly time frame, we can use it here. And this is for scalps. And if I wanted to swing trade, I would have to, of course, go out to a higher time frame. But with this $3 level being very important, I know that if we reclaim this level and we retest it to flip it back into what? Support, we're probably going to have some sort of reaction off of it. So I call it, everybody has some sort of variation of this. I just call it the R3 strategy. So we reclaim, retest, and then I react. R3, reclaim, retest, react. So it's a break back into a strong area, retest that area as support, and then, we react. And even though we lost it, that's cool, because on the time frame that I'm on, the hourly, I know, okay, I'm on an hourly time frame to get the structure. Now, if I go to the 15 or the 5, I can get my sniper entry. Where we at? Let me go back. I can get my sniper entry. Did I just lose it? Oh, back here. Boom. Breakout. Retest, react. And we held it. And then we retested. So this is a scalp. So once we retested it, these 1% moves, these 2% moves, these 3% moves add up. They add up. So if you did that, let's say you got in, reclaim, retest, and then you reacted, you're never going to catch the top. Let's just say you got something like this. So if you're making 1.68% every day, on, let's say, a $10,000 account, and you do that every day, hopefully, you can do something like that every day or stay consistent. That's base hits for me. That's base hits. So of course, if you want to, if you zoom out, then you can have a broader view, but then the area might change. So it depends on the time frame. But when I'm scalping and I see a huge area that on a higher time frame that is a very, very important level, I'll scalp that area, especially if we lose it, deviate below it, or if we're using it as a support and resistance level, we come back, reclaim, retest, and then I react. I just rinse and repeat that. I rinse and repeat that strategy. And that's why I'm able to make money trading. It's not some long drawn out mathematical equation. Of course I do. Sometimes I use Market Cipher. I think I need to redo my my membership. I got what's the one Piper and them use? They use not Lux Algo. What's the name of it? I can't remember. But it's another indicator that they use. I use it sometimes for Confluence. Of course I'll pull some fibs here and there, but for the most part, when I'm just using this and as I use this as just another source of income, I'm just doing that. Base hits. $200 here, $300 here. And crypto people, the internet will have you fooled. Let's say you make $250 a day, $250, $5, $1,000. Let's say you have 4 good trading days. You have 1 bad. Let's say you make $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month, 12, 24. That's, a lot of people don't make $1,000 a month. So if you're taking 4 or 5 trades a day and you're making $250, $300, that's good, man. That's a job. That's actually a job. And it's a stressful, trading is stressful, but for the most part, you can do it. I'm just here to tell you can do it. That long drawn out statement or message was just saying you can do it. If it sounds like you're talking about a fixed range volume profile, sort of like that, I do use my volume profiles a lot for the most part for Confluence. Dave, I'm pretty straightforward when it comes to price action. And I use, like I said, those levels that are very, very important. Those very, very, very important levels. And I use the support and resistance levels. And then if we flip it, hold it as resist or support, I'll long. It's not that. That's basically in a nutshell what I'll do. And if we come below it, retest it, I'll short. But it's more to it. I'm gonna make a dedicated video showing exactly how I enter trades, how I hold trades, how I look at the market. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow, matter of fact, since we're talking about it. But that's just a broad basic overview of what basically everybody, mostly all traders do, but I just use it. I do it in a little twist to it. I think I'm gonna make a dedicated video probably tomorrow. So right now, what time is it? How long we been live? We've been live almost 2 hours. So Bitcoin right now is at coming down just a tad bit. We are at 123,300. So I think this is pretty good. Altcoins are a little bit red. I did want to go over this before we get out of here. Forex factory. So the government is shut down. So I don't know if or how long we're not going to get we're not going to get some of this information. We didn't get job numbers coming out last week. We got 1 job number. We supposed to get like 50,000 jobs added. It was like negative 30,000 or something like that. So bad news will become bad news. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to get our rate cuts. We're going to be happy about that. But then once those are start get baked in and we keep getting bad news is going to be bad news. And that's when it's going to be bad news for all markets. And then that'll be opportunity, I think. But what's tomorrow? So Monday we got somebody speaking. I don't even know who that is. Some Fed member. We got more Fed members speaking on Tuesday. So I'm sure they're going to be talking about the shutdown. Wednesday we have some more people talking 10 bond. Nobody cares about that. Thursday, unemployment claims, which we probably won't get if it's not looking like the market is going, or the economy, the government, there we go, is going to be open. But I don't even know. I'm not even keeping up with it no more. Like, I'd rather watch WWE. So, because it's basically the same thing. But that's neither here nor there. So we do have, hopefully we can get some sort of a shutdown over. Everybody can get back to work. Everybody can hug and be friends again. We can open the government back up. And then we can get some unemployment claims. These have been coming in a little bit bad. Once we start getting over 300,000 unemployment claims weekly, that's the sign of a weak economy, and usually unemployment claims is a lagging indicator for a recession. So the R word is not off the table, and it'll be like a employment recession, as opposed to like 2 negative quarters of GDP. That don't even count no more, the way our crazy economy is. But we do have Fed Chair Powell speaking on Thursday, so all eyes will be, I don't know where he's speaking at, but he will be speaking on Thursday. So I'm sure your crypto KOLs will be talking about that, maybe live streaming that on Thursday, but I'll be tuned in as well. So we'll be looking for him to talk. And then let's see, anything else. Friday, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, all tentative because of the shutdown. So we'll have to wait and see if they can hug and kiss and make up and try to get this government back open. I hate to see it, but it is what it is. And with the economy, with the government, and with the world being the way it is, it kind of gives us an edge to what's going to happen in the market in the future. So this is why I have my thesis as to say bad news is going to become bad news. That'll bring the crypto market down. I think that'll bring stocks down, but I don't think it's going to last too long because, like I said, we do have a new Fed chair coming. We have stimmies may be coming. We got more liquidity going to be pumped into the market. We have rate cuts probably coming mid 2026. Once we get the new Fed chair, we get those. It seems like Trump is getting a lot of people in his camp into the Fed regime. So if that happens, like I said earlier, we know what he wants. He wants a booming stock market. He wants to try to outgrow inflation. And the way you do that is pump money into the economy, pump money into the markets, and hopefully we can outpace inflation. That's what they want. Because the national debt is over. Like, we're never fixing that. Like, I hope everybody realizes that it's over for that. But when it comes to everything else, the wealth gap widening, we want to be on that right side of the wealth gap widening. And I think we got like 5 years. I think between now, and then we're going to get out of here. I think between now and 2020 and 2030, you have to try to make as much money as you can and get it into assets and get it into appreciating things that's going to appreciate against the dollar. Because even with AI, I don't think we're going to go into like Terminator style AI, not yet. What's the name from Terminator? But I think AI is taking jobs, but I also think, other things in the world, other things in the economy is going to happen. And you want to make sure your family is taken care of, and you want to make sure you don't have to be Jeff Bezos rich, but you want to have money to have options. That's what life is about. Life is about having options. That's the thing. Like, I just want options. I don't have to be walking around here with all the money in the world, hopping on, mega yachts and doing it. I just want options for me and my family. And this is why we're in crypto, because crypto still is the fastest vehicle to get us there. But that is changing. And I think we have a few more years to take advantage before TradFi bros really take it over. The big players really take it over. And then, that'll be it. So lock in. I know I went on another rant. I go on at least 10 rants if I'm streaming every hour. So, hopefully you guys like that. Hopefully you're used to it. Don't be shy about to let your runners run. Yeah, you got to let the winners run. All set. Talking about your coins. I know you definitely got to let the winners run. So my strategy has been taking my initial profit out, or taking my initial investment out at a certain point once I'm in profit. And then, looking at price points above us to see where I can start taking some profits. Sometimes I just take it. I just feel like, I'm taking the money. So yeah. So it said no 2-bit link in the description. Hold on. So Alexandra G put it in the chat a little bit earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Cause I put my wrong description. Let me see if I can do this. It's okay. It's somewhere. I can't find it, but you can look. Hey, Dave, and anybody else who wants a free $50 trade on 2-bit, go on my last video or any video that I posted, one of my recorded videos, and it should be in that description. I think I put the wrong description in this one. So I'm using 2-bit and I'm using BYDFI, but 2-bit, I talked them into giving us $50 USDT bonus when you sign up using my link. No strings attached. No, you don't have to keep using it. Go get your free $50, trade with it, 100x something, try to make some money. and then you know, go from there. So we're gonna get out of here. I missed trading about 2 hours. So yeah, this is good, man. I like what Bitcoin did. I like Bitcoin still above 120,000. So we'll watch that. And we're banging out at least 2 videos a week. I mean, 2 videos a day for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna try to. It's I think it's time. Between now and hopefully we keep running going into the tail end of the year. I think it'll be time to really lock in. So this is FD White. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming over. Appreciate everybody for watching. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't coming over to the Telegram is the Cool Kids Alpha Club. Make sure you guys come over there as well. And yeah, I appreciate it. I hope everybody makes all the money that they can. And just remember to take profits. We've seen this market. We've seen that a lot of these coins, they go up, but they can't hold a bid. So the market is telling us what the market is telling us. So we got to listen. If the market is telling us that these coins are not holding a bid, once you're in profit, once you're in massive profit, a little bit of profit, you know, start taking some money off the table. Pay yourself. So you don't have to, because we don't want a round trip. You don't want a round trip. This has been a sort of lackluster cycle from what we thought would happen, but it has been opportunities, and there's still opportunities, always be opportunity. But make sure you're paying yourself. Make sure you're when you're trading, you're paying yourself. Make sure you're using stop losses, things like that. You know, all the stuff that I'm supposed to say so I don't get kicked off YouTube. But I really mean it, though. So make sure you guys be safe out there. And just as an overall human being, be safe. Try to be happy. Hug your families. I miss my family. I'm not going to lie. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably go back and watch Breaking Bad, drink some hot dog water, and call it a night, man. So it's FD White. Appreciate everybody for watching. I'll see you in a minute.